Don't get sleepy.
Happy anniversary yesterday. This morning.
Good night. Get sleepy.
Happy anniversary yesterday.
Oh, that was weird.
Delay.
That was a delay.
Happy anniversary yesterday.
Make sure the YouTube
It's on a-
is
yeah, it's
muted.
on a rotating thing. You want to repeat that, Taylor? It's got problematic people here.
That was a delay.
Happy anniversary yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Make sure the YouTube
It's on a-
is
yeah, it's
muted.
on a rotating.
No, no, it did.
You want to repeat that, Taylor?
Muted.
Anything anymore?
That was a delay.
Happy anniversary yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Make sure the YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, thank the Lord. Yes. Oh, boy. Tried a new kind, right? No. Not trying. It's- Hi, Ben.
Chance to grade today? Rain. Sure, probably.
Yes, it's staying away from money's down there. And. Full court and catching them.
They probably were so dry from. First chance to grade, first chance when it gets wet. People happy. Right.
Magnesium chloride on the Michael, you're at the ready with the,
That's recorded.
and you're just, okay. Okay, it is 5:00 PM on Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. And I will call this regular town board meeting for the town of La Pointe to order. Take a roll call. Mike Anderson,
Here.
Amy Baxter,
Here.
Susan Brenna,
Here.
Samantha Dobson,
Here.
and Glenn Carlson here. First item on the agenda is public comment A, and this is public comment of up to 1 minute in length. Is there any initial public comment, Mike?
I've got two public comments. I submitted one in writing. The clerk read it. It's been made public 1 minute. So you all got a copy of that. So please read it into the record when you get to that second public comment. Okay. And then the only other public comment I have is I asked to be included in the closed session tonight on talking about the police and the county, and told that I couldn't because it'd be a conflict of interest. And I'd just like to say that I think that I'm the one with the least conflict of interest. I was elected by the people in the town to represent us in the county. So I've got the towns, I'm working for the town at the county. And then I'm also on county board, so I've got obligation to take care of the county. So I don't have a conflict of interest. I've actually got double interest to making sure that both entities are treated properly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Any other public comment, John?
Yes, I watched, August 16th meeting for the PPC Q&A for the draft dental ordinance. I watched it on video. And I just was wondering, it was kind of an odd meeting where the TPC wasn't sitting all up in front. I've been to meetings like that before where the TPC sat in front with the zoning administrator, of course, because it's all. But basically what I saw was the town administrator running the meeting. And I'm wondering if he answered most of the questions. I'm wondering who wrote the ordinance? Was it the TPC? And then there was another thing where the town administrator stated that most of the new building permits were going to be for short-term rentals. I would like documentation from that. It's on the video where he says that. I'd like to see documentation that is true. And also tonight, we're going to be voting on for total energy system for the generator maintenance for $11,000. I'm wondering if Ray could, since he's building supervisor, maintenance supervisor, if that's something he could do or be trained to do, because this will probably carry on forever. And since the town is already borrowing money to float, that's maybe something that would be a better fit. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Is there any other public comment? Okay, thank you. The next item on the agenda is to open the requests for qualifications regarding the housing development. Do we have any?
None that I know of. We heard from two developers who contacted us and said they would not be able to submit at this point. One, because they did not have the ability to do it from their workload at this point. The other, because they are focusing on developments of 50 units or more. And after we scaled back our RFQ, ours was only 30 units. We did receive contact from an architectural firm that has worked on a number of affordable housing projects in Minnesota and Wisconsin, but they are not a developer. They said they would be willing to work with the town if we could find a developer. But at this point, we have nothing formal submitted from anybody.
I have a question. What's the average size the developers are generally working on? If you say this one said no because of 50, do we have an idea of like what their average?
Every developer has a different model. And
Right.
Obviously, the larger the unit, the more economies of scale and the more efficient it is for any developer to build. Rural projects are much more of a challenge because often you can't accommodate 50 or something like that.
I just wondered if that was going to be an issue going forward, finding someone because of the smaller scale and them not necessarily wanting to.
It very well could be. That's part of the reason why we are working with the Schwamigan Pay Group in case there are 2 or 3 communities that are willing to go, and perhaps we could entice the developer to work in the entire region, and that we would reach that threshold and provide them some level of economies of scale. But it's one of the challenges we face.
Great, thank you, Michael. Any other questions on that at this point? To be continued. Next item, administrative reports, the town administrator's report. Does anyone have any comments or questions?
I got a
Michael.
question.
Go ahead, Mike.
Michael, on number 4 under airport, and then you have on the bottom of the paragraph, you have Paul Wilhelm and I are scheduled to meet with the BOA staff on August 24th. So when you guys rank, you say meet with the BOA to rank who makes the final decisions for that?
BOA does.
They make the final decision, all right?
Any other
I was
questions?
wondering what the town, all staff thinks of this population estimate.
I will simply say that historically, the Department of Administration's population estimates for the town have been wildly inaccurate.
Yeah, okay, but then,
Thank you. Any other questions, comments from Michael on his report?
Does your report goes in the paper, right, in the Gazette?
Correct.
Because I'm reading something that maybe could be reworded because it like confused me, and so I know if it confuses me, there's others out there that it might. And it's just when you were talking about the, so when you were talking about the rental ordinance Q&A, where it says plus 11 town board members, town plan, I mean, so it almost sounds like 11 town board members and then the town. And I know you were just counting up the people that were in all those groups, but I think that sentence could maybe be clearer, like with the total, like the word total or something.
All right, we're going to have to do the same for the affordable housing, but yeah, I
Mhm.
understand what you're saying.
It's just a little,
Think you've been heard.
yes, I
Thank
have
you.
been heard. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Is there unanimous consent to place the administrator's report on file?
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, item 4, Public Works, Roads, Dock, Harbor. Not aware of anything. But thank you for coming, Ben. Anything on parks?
I have something on the public roads. Our signs are up at Snow Place. Yay.
Oh, the speed limit sign?
And the no parking.
Oh, cool. Great. Thank you, Ben. Right, moving on, committees, planning and zoning. Don't see anything under that. And now we've got the marathon of resignations and appointments, so
I will make a motion to accept the resignation of Gary Russell to the Winter Transportation Committee and thank him for his services.
okay, is there a second?
second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Yes, thank you, Gary, for many, many years of service. Next is the Energy Committee.
And I will make another motion to accept the resignation of Larry Bean from the Energy Committee and also thank Larry for his years of service for starting.
a second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So we have 2 members, and I was a little confused. I think in the memo, Michael, it says one of them for 2026 and one for 2025, but on the agenda it just has 2026. Which do you know whether they're both 2026 or whether in your memo, it shows Robin for 2026 and Tom Cromroy for 2025.
I do not know off the top of my head.
Okay, well, let's, how about we do this? How about we appoint Robin for the term ending 2026 and appoint Tom for one ending 2025? And if it turns out that he should have been 2026, we've got a whole year or 2 years almost to take care of that.
Yeah,
So is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to reappoint Robin for a term ending August 23, 2026, and the appointment of Thomas
Cromwell.
Cromrad to fill the term expiring August 23rd, 2025, unless that term was supposed to be 2026.
a second,
Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Sure, it appears that Thomas Cromroy is going to fill the vacant term for Larry Bean. That would.
Be 2025.
25.
That's
Okay, so
2020.
we're 2025. Okay, so your motion is appropriate and it was seconded.
Who was the second?
Amy,
Thank you.
and can you hear us okay, Michaela? Okay, great. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, affordable housing, and this is to appoint Charlie Bertle, Jim Peters, and Katie Sanders to, I guess, reappoint them for terms ending August 31st, 2025.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Charlie Bertel, James Peter, and Katie Sanders to terms expiring August 31st, 2025.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next to the library board. Yay. First is resignation of Jane Vogt. Is there a
I
motion?
make a motion to accept the resignation of Jane Vogt.
Second.
And with our thanks for her service.
Yes, of course.
And my understanding is she's going off the board to start a Friends of the Madeline Island Public Library group.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
So, any other discussion? No? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jane. Next is appoint a member for the term ending June 30th of 2024.
Make a motion to appoint Beth Papp for, for a term ending June 30th, 2024.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? As you've read, this is a statutory appointment as the superintendent. Yeah. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is an appointment to the library board for ending, term ending June 30th of 2026.
I'd make a motion to appoint Carrie Andreas to the vacancy expiring June 30th, 2026.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, committee minutes. Are there any questions on the recent committee minutes? Aye.
No, well, this memo that we got, from Michael, is that, I had a question on something on there, but is that something that
Oh, the town clerk,
I should have asked?
which was,
Yeah, and this, we got a memo from Michael,
yeah.
and Michaela could probably answer it better than anybody.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
on
we
the
are,
agenda, no, I don't have.
well, it is on the agenda under item, we're going to be appointing the clerk,
Oh, okay.
okay, on item E. So,
We'll wait.
okay. Any other questions on committee minutes?
Nope.
Okay. I don't think we do any unanimous consent on that. Next, item 6, Town Hall Administration, budget summary report, Barb's final budget summary report. Is there a motion to accept budget summary report?
I'll make a motion to accept the summary report dated, is it 8/19/2022 as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, resolution 2023-0822. And this is for guidance on documents available to the public and public records. We reviewed this at our last meeting. This is just now in resolution form. Is there a motion to accept the resolution or adopt the resolution?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2023-0822 public records guidance form.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? No? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, item C, special event permit for the Madeline Island Marathon on May 18th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve special event permit for the Madeline Island Marathon for
Second.
2024.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, the generator maintenance agreement with Total Energy Systems.
This, of this. Has this been discussed with them about the solar panel grids being changed in the near future? Because they're hooking up to the generators, aren't they? They aren't hooking up to the generators? Okay,
These are just the.
okay.
These are for all the generators.
Correct.
Do we want to make a motion first and then
Yeah,
I got
go
a
ahead.
question for it.
If we could have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract. As presented with generator maintenance.
Okay, is there a second?
Second,
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Mike?
You know, why, so it's only a 3-year agreement, 3-year contract? They gave us a schedule for 6 years. But we chose 3 years.
That was my choice. Let's see how this goes.
You want to just do it in half, because it goes up in increments of $300. So the first year, the second year is the same cost as the first year. And the third year is $300 more. And the fourth year is the same as the third year, and so on and so forth. So my way of thinking is, get the most out of our,
we'll go 4 years.
Yeah.
Before they're gonna up it again.
yeah. That's the way I think. And if it was at my house, I'd be like, hey, I'd do it that way.
Or 2 years.
Or 2 years. Yeah, don't end it on a odd year, is what I'm saying. When the price is the same for the next year.
Sure.
But what you're saying is you wanted to kind of see how it goes.
No, you make a good point, Mike, but that was my thinking. What if this doesn't work out? We're locked in for 6 years.
Well, what about,
After 2 years?
what about 2 years? You'd know within 2 years if it's working out.
They would be. That would be a phone call away. If that was reworded, would that have to be in the next?
Hmm,
Or could-
I think we could modify it to 2 years if there is a
I wouldn't care.
motion to amend. We need a motion to amend. the motion.
I'll make a motion to amend the motion to, what, you want to go 4 years?
2 or 4. 2 probably.
2 years. I'll make a motion for 2 years.
Okay.
And then if they
I'll second.
lock at it,
Okay, this is to amend it to a 2-year.
yeah.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendment? All in favor of amending it to 2 years, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we're gonna do the underlying. So this is to approve the agreement as amended to 2 years. And any discussion on that? No? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. And if there is a problem for them, just come back and we'll.
Okay.
But at this point, they've got a 2-year.
I think it's great. Thank you very much. If I could make one point to John's point, training Ray or any town employee to work on industrial side generators, 4 of which are aging, is another investment that I don't think is in town's best interest. One of the current electrical contractors with the town pursuing being certified to work on Generacs, but even that just for the kilowatt size is an undertaking in itself. But the training that it would require to legally work on the 130 kilowatt generator at the ESB is in a whole nother
Level of education.
level of everything.
There's a lot of addresses from this company. And there's a bunch of addresses. So are these guys gonna come from Bloomington?
They're coming from Duluth.
Duluth, okay. The nearest place was Bloomington, but I suppose they have,
I think that's their
yeah.
office, but the guy that came up for person of the Duluth office is willing to do everything in one day.
Nice.
Or from all where. And I hope this will resolve the ESP issues as well.
Super. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Next item, appoint a town clerk to fill the vacancy caused from the resignation of the elected clerk. And this is for the term ending April 15th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to appoint Alex Smith for the remainder of the term that expires April 15th, 2025.
A second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion, Mike?
Michaela, when the townspeople voted to give you a raise, and then you're gonna take a different job, so Alex is gonna take the clerk job. Does that raise go over to an appointment or?
Yep.
Stays the same? Does it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's gonna be the salary for the town clerk until the electors make a different change.
So the appointment doesn't have anything to do with it?
Nope.
Okay.
And if you don't know, Alex is sitting there in front of you. She can wave. She's the new town clerk you're appointing.
Like, I
If you
was
don't know
going to
her.
do that, Alex. I wonder if Glenn was picking me under the table.
Yes, so Alex Smith is here, and if anyone has not met her yet, here she is. I asked her to attend tonight, in case.
Congratulations.
No,
Well, now you do.
now we do.
Okay, so it has been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Any other comments? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Alex. You will obviously have some time to spend with Michaela before she leaves for her other position to hopefully have some sort of transition.
Yeah, I look forward.
Great. Anything you have to add, Michael?
I look forward to it as well.
We all look forward
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. The next item is Town Administrator Annual Performance Evaluation, and if we could move that to right after item 14C.
I'll make a motion to move the town administrator performance evaluation to right after 14C.
A second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $24,288.20.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, so this has been moved by Mike Anderson, second by Samantha Dobson. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, alternative claims.
And I will make a motion to approve the alternative claims in the amount of $180,000 to $272.53.
Second.
Okay. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, 9, treasurer's report.
Make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report first. Let's check the account balance.
My turn to laugh.
$709,702.72.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, 10, minutes for the regular town board meeting of August 8th.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular town board meeting minutes for August 8th, 2023.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, emergency services. I don't think we have anything specific under that. Okay.
Got one thing.
Except
Go
for
ahead. Oh, yeah, of course. Go to the ball. Go ahead.
You may or may not have seen a quote from back there about selling snow guard and do a new
Mhm.
system. I have reached out to a couple other mainland contractors and waiting to hear back if we get some additional quotes, and did just have a very good discussion with a reputable local contractor about possible solutions, but they're unable to provide a quote because they're too busy. But hopefully we'll have a solution soon and motion to hire somebody to do some work that's gonna last. So it's working on it.
Okay, thank you, Ben, for that update. Okay, the next, is there any comment on that? Next item, public comment B. This is for public comment that is longer than a minute, potentially. Any public comment?
You want me to? Oh.
Somebody, there was a
Yes, I think that was requested, so please.
A meeting was held on Friday, 18/23 at the town hall, organized by Matt McKenzie and Mike Stark, County Board Supervisor, with Dan Grady, County Administrator, Brian Zucke, County Sheriff, Glenn Carlson, Town Board Chair, and Michael Kupta, Town Administrator. The objective was to try and reach a compromise on funding for the Point Police. I am requesting that Glenn and Michael schedule a meeting ASAP to continue negotiations because both entities are currently in their 2024 budget cycles. Thank you, and please let me know as soon as a meeting is scheduled. Mike Stark. P.S. County Finance Committee meets 8:30 and the County Board meets 9:14.
Any other public comment? Okay, next item is 13 liquor and operators licenses. We have a request for a temporary Class B/Class B license to the Madeline Island Fire Department for August 26, 2023 at the Emergency Services Building and to waive the fee.
I will make a motion to approve the request for this is liquor, but it's wine. It's wine and beer. Not liquor. Class B's. Wine and beer.
Okay,
Second.
moved and seconded. Any discussion and to waive the fee?
Yeah, wait the fee.
Waive the fee, okay. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is a first read of designating, and this would be the town clerk designating the town clerk to be able to issue operators licenses, bartenders licenses without coming to the town board. Is there, and this is just a first reading, right, Michael? Or do you want us to, there's nothing really, we don't have a language right yet, but is anybody object to the concept of this?
The only thing I'd add is that unless there's a problem, you know, if I'm in favor of this, but unless there's a problem, then the town clerk would come to us and say, I got a problem.
Sure. I mean, it's just giving them
It's
the
that
authority.
word.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, is it, do we have an ordinance?
Yeah, well-
Okay,
Yes.
so are we going to vote on this then? Do we want to vote on this?
This is Michaela. I am here. I'm not videoing. I had to call in on my phone. I put it on there just as a first read so that you can discuss if you want to move forward with it. Otherwise, and then on the next meeting, it will have an ordinance number and the official thing. So if you want to move forward, that would be the language unless you want to change it.
So unless anyone wants to change it, we'll have this at our next meeting. Okay. Next is lawsuits and legal issues, and we will go into closed session with respect to litigation in which we are or likely to become involved in accordance with statutes 19.851G. After the completion of the closed session, we'll come back into open session to act upon the discussion in closed session or otherwise complete the business of the meeting before adjourning. And that is specifically with respect to the petition with the Wisconsin Department of Revenue regarding Ashland County. We might as well add in the claim against Ashland County pursuant to Wisconsin statute 893.81DA and a possible lawsuit against Ashland County. Immediately after that discussion, we will continue our closed session under statute 19.851C to consider the employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. And again, we will reconvene in open session before adjourning. So is there a motion to go into closed session? We will, for the first part, have Michael Kupta join us. In the second part, it will be strictly members of the town board.
I'll make a motion, we go into closed session for what you just listed we would be discussing.
Okay, moved and seconded. This requires, is there discussion? This is a roll call vote. Mike Anderson,
Yes.
Amy Baxter,
Yes.
Susan Brenna,
Yes.
Samantha Dobson,
Yes.
Glenn Carlson. Yes. So, Michaela, I think, if you want to, pause? Was that your proposal that we pause the recording? Or what do you propose?
It's up to you. I mean, you can just turn it all off if you want to, if you feel safer that way. And then just, I wouldn't be in closed session and that's fine. Or you can have Michael turn off the YouTube for sure. And then kick the other person out if they're still here. And then, and stop the recording on Zoom. So it's
handle
your
that, Michael?
choice.
I think if we can, to stop the YouTube, I think it'd be fine for Michaela to continue to sit in on although she's talking and I don't know if we're hearing her, if that's but is this doable, do you think, Michael? Just give it a minute.
There's a second, there's me on there, and then there's someone that says just Zoom user. You'd want to make sure that they're kicked out as well as the recording stopped.